Alrighty, welcome on into another From Zero episode. If you caught the last bit of the last episode, I tried Chambers. I don't like Chambers. I'll go back to Chambers eventually, but I think what I want to do is get like a bunch of practice with it in Max, like on my actual, with my actual gear, and just like get familiar enough with the raid before I run it in budget stuff, because solo Chambers is like one of the most tilting experiences in this game, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, I digress. Current plan. We have Toa available, but what I'm going to do is sell the Dragon Warhammer for 15.2 mil. So I'm just going to give myself 15,200 and throw this into plat, because reason being, I eventually want to buy the Tormented bracelet, and doing that pretty much gets us there. So what I'm going to do now is test the Eye of Ayak at Whisperer and see how it goes. I don't have the Tormented bracelet, but I think it's going to be pretty damn good. And we'll also try it out at Zulrah, but I'm going to need probably a slightly better range setup. Maybe that Ladle's fine. I guess we can go try that too, but I want to stop at Whisperer first and see how that goes. So yeah, I'll catch you over there. Okay, a 340 there with a bird interruption trying to bite my fingers while I was doing the boss. And he's still going, but that is not bad. I'll probably run this. I'll do at least a trip of this. Mithril Longswords is not great, but we can see what else we can get into. There's no way that I have to do this now, right? There's no way I get a Siren Staff on 59. Can I show you guys something? Can I show you guys something? I have two of them. I have two of them. Dude, there's no way this is what the series has just done to me. Well, I guess we have a trajectory. Alright, so wanted to interject. If you have never gone for a Soul Reaper axe before, this is about what it looks like. So at Duke, where we're headed now, there's a 1 in 90 chance to hit the unique tradable drop table, which means the Chromium Ingot, the Ring, the Eye of the Duke, and any piece of Virtus. So what happens, though, is that you will roll for the Chromium Ingot way more often than the others. About, I think it's like a 3 in 8 chance or something like that to hit the Chromium Ingot. So you'll hit it quite a bit going here at Duke. But every 90 KC, we can expect to have seen one of these items, either a Ring Drop, Chromium Ingot, Eye of the Duke, or a Virtus piece. So the current plan is to head over to Duke, get that knocked out, and then we will head over to Vardorvis, and then hopefully by that point, we'll have enough money to purchase a bow of Fair Dinin and Full Crystal, and then we can head over to Leviathan, rebuild with the Bofa at Leviathan, while also hitting our Soul Reaper axe, and then we just have a huge injection of money, or one of the best slash weapons in the entire game. So, if you didn't know how the drops worked, we just have to go to each of the bosses, get the axe piece, and they each have their own individual drop chance, and hopefully we can see one in a timely manner. Alright, so my mind is going about 50 miles a minute with what I can do with this newfound knowledge. And I think in an ideal world, we are going to end at Leviathan using a Bofa. So I'm going to go to Duke, and I'm going to go to Vardorvis first. Problem here lies, or maybe it's not a problem at all. At Duke, it took me about 2,100 kills to get one of these things. I'm at 2429 with one of these things. So I'm either getting the pet or I'm getting one of these before I get out, is what I'm saying, probably at Duke. And then at Vard, I actually don't have that much Vard done, to be honest, like 100 kills. Yeah, like 112, and I already have an axe piece. So we're in for a ride, boys. I think what I'm going to do is go to Duke first with an Emberlight. So let me see how I can do that. I guess I'm just like completely off the TOA setup because it's not actually going to do anything for me. So let me look at my notes and figure out how I'm going to get a Duke setup going. Okay, so the easiest thing to do is going to just be sell the Eye of Ayak and buy a setup with the 80 mil. One of the pieces is going to have to be an Emberlight at the very least, and I'll figure out what else I can do from there. I don't think it's going to be worth me getting like Oath Plate or anything like that, so let me see what I can finagle. Alright, so we sold, in quotes, the Eye of Ayak back to myself, so I withdraw it from my stack. We are then going to buy the Emberlight from myself, so 39.6 mil there. Wham bam, we have that. Do not forget, we also still have the Berserker Ring imbued, which is beautiful for this boss, and the Light Bearer, which is beautiful for this boss. We are going to rock the Torso because this is just a free 4 strength bonus, and we don't really care about defense at Duke. We still have our Aranea boots, which we can rock, which is totally fine. We can do an Amulet of Strength, which we already have from very early on in the series, I believe. Dragon Defender, of course, is free. We all have this, and a Fire Cape, of course, is free if you do not have your Fire Cape. I do have a full Fire Cape run on the channel. If you do need to get your Fire Cape still, it is not a big deal at all. Okay, so from here, I think what I would like to do is grab one of our old Nezzy helms and get a jaw. Like, maybe that's insane, but I'm kind of down for a jaw. So a jaw is an Oathplate helmet without the slash accuracy. But look at this strength bonus. Ready? We go from 49 to 55, plus 6 strength, which is huge. And then the next thing I want to do is buy my Ferocious Gloves, which are 14.8 mil. And these are going to help a ton. A ton. And then for leggies, we can optionally grab Blood Moon Tassets, but let me go see if Blood Moon Tassets even give us a max hit over Obsidian Legs here at Duke. Okay, beautiful. According to Gearscape, we do not get a max hit from Blood Moon Tassets. Remember, it's always worth checking things like that whenever you're buying gear for something new. If you have something that's like so minuscule, like a 1 strength bonus, make sure you check to make sure it's even giving you a max hit before you go and drop. How much are those things right now? Yeah, 12.5 mil on something that you might not even need, right? So be careful, be mindful. But now we have a pretty good Duke setup here. And don't forget, we also have our handy dandy Burning Claws, which are going to be great. So we have Burning Claws and Light Bearer and 12 mil left over for supplies. I don't think I can utilize this 12 mil in upgrading any of these slots, because remember, Bandos is the same as Blood Moon, which is only +1 over this, and it doesn't give us a max hit in our Duke setup. So I'm not really concerned with anything. Obviously, an Infernal Cape would be great. Obviously, an Avernic would be great. But Infernal Cape, you know, I said the rule last episode. If I can't afford a Bofa, I am not allowed to get my Infernal Cape. And Avernic is honestly, like, it's not that big of a deal, but it is pretty up there as far as, like, prices go for what it gives. It is very good because it's accuracy. It's accuracy in an offhand slot, which is a big deal. And it's also strength in an offhand slot. But the strength isn't the big deal for me. I really, really like the accuracy. I don't think I can really get anything else. So I think I'm just going to rock with this. Grab some runes, grab some potions, and let's fingers crossed, boys. Please, please, please give me your RNG so I am not stuck here for another, I'm not kidding, 3 months. So if you're new here, for one, welcome. Thanks for watching. Glad to have you. Like, comment, sub. Yeah. Anyway, one of my first ever videos that I released like half a year ago was me going for a Soul Reaper axe. And I almost lost my mind at this boss. So happy to be back. Here's the setup. Here's the inventory. If you want to copy it, there you go. This is just on loan. Like, I'm not even going to take this out of my GP because I'm just immediately selling it once we're done with Duke. And I'm probably not going to leave until we get that axe piece. So I am here for the foreseeable future. Actually, we're just going to go get it on this drop watch. All right, setup isn't too bad. We got 1:08 and 1:09 back to back. So that looks like it should be fairly consistent with my large sample size of 2 there. And Burning Claws are obviously really good. And Emberlight's holding its own. Obviously, ideally at Duke, you want to be using a 5-tick weapon into a 4-tick weapon at your Enrage. But we cannot afford the Noxali with the current GP and the Emberlight. It just wasn't worth it. So Emberlight is holding its own, even if we're using it as a 5-tick weapon sometimes. Not a big deal. So if you do have this setup, I mean, you can go do Duke if you want to. And this is a super easy, super chill boss that you really just do not have to have your brain on whatsoever. You can turn on a movie, turn on a video, and chat with your friends. Probably sew a new jacket because you're going to be cold having to stay here for the rest of your life. Got a 59-seconder right there. That's not bad. Okay, we're kind of just at Duke's Pizzeria right now. I think I've gotten like 4 supply drops. Alright, that was a long-ass trip. I think I got like 8 supply drops. I don't know how many kills that was, but it was insane. So, this is it. We're going for a Soul Reaper axe. I'll get back to you when something interesting happens. Yeah, 280k is not a lot, but Duke, not known for his, you know, standard drop table. Anyway. Yummy. 7 dragon plate legs. Yummy. Yummy. Okay, not quite the hit that we wanted. We got a Chromium ingot. That's kind of unfortunate. That could have been the eye, but it is what it is. No one's gonna buy my Chromium ingot, dude. Big old Miller trip right there. We take those. Dragon plate legs. Yummy. 1.16 mil. Yummy. I mean, I'll take another 1.3 mil. Can't complain. Bro. Well, as my bird is celebrating, I guess, and driving me nuts, I'll take the pet. I'll take it. We got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. $1.7 mil Duke trip. Damn. Yeah. A Chromium ingot? No! I need the axe piece, bro. That's my second Chromium ingot. Fuck! 700k. We continue on with our life. How much progress do we make today? Let's see. About 4 mil. Can't complain. Let's do a quick check, actually, before I check off here. Emberlight's expected value is 100,000. So 113 mil plus 113 mil plus 41. So we're at 154 mil at the moment. Oh wait, no. 160 mil at the moment is where we are. We are doing A-okay. Ah, shit, guys. Okay, one more gold ring and we have another vestige. Nice. I mean, I'll take it. I will take it. Yoink, 1.2 mil. This is actually kind of a large trip, dude. 1.6 miller? Give me that. Duke kind of raking it in today, to be honest. True. It was another mill. I can't really complain about another mill. Which brings, I'm assuming, our grand total to... Because what was it before? What am I missing? It was 163, right? So 164, surely. Yeah, plus the 40 mil, about 165. About 165 mil currently. Not too bad. Need to get that damn eyeball. Oh, Miller. Okay, well, I didn't expect to get that, but this changes things. And you might be wondering how exactly this changes things. But, it does. Dude, I always get the things when the bird is being, like, so loud and I can't, like, actively record because he's just screaming. So, luckily for you, you didn't have to hear that during the drop. You can probably hear him now, but... Okay, we have a lot of money. Let me get this out. And put this here. And, oh, wait, no, I did that backwards. Put that there. And then we need to buy a Sears ring. Need a Sears ring. We need chromium ingots. Okay, we need a chisel. And then I think we need 500 blood runes, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to buy that as well. And then we need to do this. Yes. And then we need to get our ring mold. I forgot. Ring mold. All right. Then we just need to take this on over to the thing. We got to do this. And yep. Some magic XP to make that. And then we'll go smelt it right here. We have a Magus ring to sell for money. And I'm going to have to do some research, but we might have ourselves an interesting little thing we can do. So 32.3 mil there for that drop, and we were minus about a mil for the Sears Ring, Chromium Ingots, and Blood Runes, so about 31 mil injected. Should put us at damn near 200 mil. Like, pretty close, if I'm not mistaken. Let me grab the Occult, because we still have this, and check this. So this is 155 plus our Ember Lights value, which is 39.7. So about 195 mil. This actually means a lot for the series. Let us go ahead and put in a long shot offer because I have time. Looks like we could get 31.9 for it. I'm down for that. Get our extra 400k out of it if we can. We're going to get taxed to hell. Hopefully that'll move. Now, if I do some quip napkin math, let me see. A BOFA here, if we assume 195 mil. Yes? We have 157, so let me do some napkin math. We would then at least need crystal top and bottom. At least. Which means we would need 5 of these guys. We would just barely not be able to afford this by like a mil. So we have a couple of options. And what I would like to know is, what would you like me to do here? I think what we could do is either A, continue on trying to get our Soul Reaper axe, or B, I go do another quick moneymaker, and we just do the full BOFA rebuild, which would likely involve Leviathan anyway, which would give us another chance at Leviathan's lure, which is another part of the axe. Which also means we would have to backtrack to Vardorvis and probably buy this gear again. So it might be a little bit awkward to do it that way, but some pretty big events this video. I do want to know what you guys think the angle shoot would be here, what you guys would do. The other thing is, like I said in the previous video, once I can afford the BOFA, I'm going to be able to purchase my upgrades of the Infernal and the Quiver up here. So we'll be able to use those for like a little bit of extra damage. It doesn't really do anything. But what I'm going to do is like wait until I can really buy like a full setup for both of those things. So the Anguish and like Echo Boots and all that stuff. So we'll need a little bit extra than just the BOFA. So probably like 250 mil-ish we'll be able to buy those things. But that's nearing us. So once this Magus comes through, I'm going to figure out what angle we want to shoot from. But until it sells, I suppose I can always just go back to Duke and maybe we'll just go get the back-to-back. Well, no back-to-back, everybody. But it's fine. Because we didn't get the Magus yet either, so it's not quite over. I lied, it did sell. I'm collecting that. Okay. Now you know the drill. Alright, well, nothing impressive off of that trip. So I think what we're going to do with our newfound knowledge, let me take everything out. Let me put all this shit away. Let's take out our occult and our money. And we are adding 41.7 mil to this total. We have 195 mil. So just about the same. Prices haven't shifted that much. So I have 2 avenues of attack here, I think. So here's what I'm thinking. Leave a comment what you think the play should be. But because getting the BOFA and going to Levy would happen regardless, I don't think doing it now makes any sense because we'll have to double back to Vardorvis, which requires us to get another slash setup. So we would have to sell the BOFA, right? So we always need to leave Levy for last so we can translate everything into the BOFA rebuild and do our Levy, our Muspa, our Zora, our Toa, our Chambers, whatever, right? So what I'm thinking is just upgrade the Duke setup with maybe like Tort and Prims. And I guess we could look at if like Bellator is better than Berserker Ring Eye, but I doubt it. But we could look at this and go from there. Alternatively, I can see if a Vernic is the way to go as far as an upgrade goes. Because I have so much money just sitting around, like 61.5 mil sitting around is bad. You should be spending your money on gear, doing something with it. But the question is, what exactly can I do with it? So Let me know if you agree with that plan. We're going to wrap up the video here. Shorter one for sure, but I wanted to start condensing the series instead of showing you every single trip and every single Grand Exchange offer. I just condensed it, showed you the important things, and we're going to get into the next episode as quickly as we can. Hopefully something exciting happens just as it did a few times this episode. Got pretty lucky, so I can't really complain on the way out here. Anyway, like, comment, sub. Let me know what you think the avenue should be from here. And of course, I can do some other moneymakers. I have a couple of ideas if I wanted to just go ahead and shoot for the Bofa now. But I do think staying for Eye of the Duke and then going to Vardorvis is probably the play. And maybe we can get a pretty good melee setup for Vardorvis by the time we're done here at Duke. Anyway, I'm going to stop yapping. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Stop by stream Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday nights.